What up, y'all? Listen, I am back with a new video, and today we're going to talk about inquiries, right? You always hear so much about inquiries, guys. So we're going to discuss what are inquiries, and can you actually avoid getting inquiries, right? You hear people say all the time, how to get approved without getting an inquiry in your credit report. So I definitely want to discuss these things and really break down what an inquiry is and how you actually acquire one, right? So let's start with the definition, right? An inquiry, brother, now an inquiry can be first, when you get an inquiry, it can be a hard pull or it could be a soft pull. And we're going to discuss both, right? So let's start with the definition. Lenders, if you get an inquiry, either a lender checks your credit or you apply for credit, right? And when lenders check your credit, they're checking for your credit worthiness, right? Now, we all know the FICO score ranges between 300 and 850. So when a lender is looking at your profile, they're looking at your credit score, but they're also looking at the data in your credit report, right? So whenever you get an inquiry, I want you to think of lenders checking your performance and checking your actual profile, right? Now, remember the second part of the question is, can I avoid an inquiry, right? The answer is yes and the answer is no, depending on how you go about the inquiry. So, one way that you can avoid an inquiry is to wait to be pre-approved, right? This is when lenders do a soft pull, right? So they don't really necessarily check your entire credit profile, but they will be able to check your a small portion of your profile and just do a quick view to see if you're pre-qualified based off what they know about you and based off what data they have, right? So if you ever go on a site like Credit Karma, you'll notice, and they'll say something like, see what card you are approved for without hurting your credit score, right? So if you are pre-approved, whether it's through a website like Credit Karma, or whether you're getting letters in the mail that says pre-approved, when you accept that offer, you put the code number in to do the offer, you will not get a hard pull, right? A hard pull is when you lose points to your credit score, and a soft pull, you do not lose points. So if you want to avoid an inquiry, wait until you get a pre-approval offer, all right? Now, a second way to avoid an inquiry, and this depends. Now, with mortgages and car shopping, if you do all of your mortgage and car shopping within a 14-day time span, it count as one inquiry, right? Mortgage and car loans. Now, if you're applying for a credit card, two credit cards with the same company at the same time, then you may not get an inquiry because you literally just use the same exact company that you apply for. So let's say, example, Amex. You might apply for an Amex Platinum card, and then they may ask you, do you want to upgrade? So like they got another card called the Blue Cash Every Day. They might ask you, do you want to upgrade that card? So now you're getting two different cards with just one pull from Amex, and that's just an example, right? Now, I talked about before hard pulls and soft pulls. So lastly, let's talk about how much it actually damages your credit score. Now, inquiries last in your credit report for up to 2 years. Now, the good thing about inquiries is that they do not hurt your score that much. So I want to say, guys, between 4 to 6 points, right? But imagine if you have 5 inquiries at 5 points. 5 inquiries at 5 points is 25 points. So you do want to be mindful of how much your credit is being pulled. You do want to be mindful of how much credit you are actually applying for. Alright? Because they can last in your credit report for 2 years. And I say 2 years because there are ways to get them deleted. Just hit the DM if you want to know how to get your inquiries deleted. But however, you will not lose many points, but the more inquiries, the more points you will lose, especially if you get the hard pull, where the lenders had to actually check your credit, right? So let me just end this video by saying inquiries are not the worst thing on your credit report, but I do want you to be familiar and understand exactly what they are, right? So if you feel like your approval chances aren't great, then maybe it's best for you to wait. If you feel as though you're able to get approved, or maybe you already got pre-approved, make sure you pay attention and read the offer to see exactly what that company is offering you, right? Because just being pre-approved is not enough. You want to have good terms, because you're locking in with that deal once you sign and accept that credit card or that loan or whatever it may be. So always read the terms and conditions beforehand. Do not just apply for too much credit just because you hear people telling you this. Be very, very mindful, because inquiries still do hurt your credit score. The more inquiries, the worse that it hurts your score. But you can already be pre-qualified or pre-approved beforehand and do not have to get an inquiry on your credit report. So I'm going to see y'all next time, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Peace.